Let's chat digital product businesses and what it's like to start out. Let's look at the very first 3 months of my digital product business and what happened when I had zero sales, zero clients, zero anything, and how fast I scaled. Digital product businesses could be anything. You could be selling ebooks, you could be selling courses, memberships, all that kinds of stuff. I've always sold a hybrid. I sell courses and memberships. I even have sold a digital bot. I have sold ebooks. So there's all kinds of ways to do that. All right, let's look under the hood a little bit. This time around, I started with one product, and that is my AI visibility course. And it is $67. And it helps people figure out how to get their brand and their website to show up on searches like ChatGPT and Claude and all that AI stuff. That one was an interesting one because people were talking about it a little bit and there were some discussions around it. And so I decided on LinkedIn to talk about it. And I noticed that people were very interested whenever I brought up AI search visibility. And so that's when I was like, I gotta sell this course. Voila, I recorded the course and then I sold it. So month one was really just visits. So that's all I was really looking at, is how many people were interested in it, how many people were clicking through, how many people were commenting, and those kinds of things. And then in month two, when I saw that, oh, people like this, and I already had some purchasers, I really pushed it. And then at the end of month three, my totals were 34 purchasers. So 34 people bought the course. So then what's the next thing that I did? I created that hybrid. I then went to those people and said, "Hey, awesome, love that you took the course. How can I help you?" And people started buying consulting sessions for about $500 a pop. I had people come in for one more expensive one, which was $1,000, and then I did some discounts just because people that I've known for a long time, I sold them for $400, and I ended up getting about 10 consulting clients from that. I made about $6,300. So you could see how fast this can grow if you really know how to set things up. That's where the marketing strategy needs to be set up. Who are you selling to? What are you selling? Why do they need to buy? What are the pain points? What is the value proposition? And then how do you actually deliver it? And then your delivery is really important. So let's look at this course that I sold, right? I sold it to 34 people. And so if it totally sucked, nobody would have bought consulting. But because they really liked what I had to give there, they ended up buying the consulting sessions with me. And so you need to make sure your delivery is up to par, especially if you're upselling and cross-selling, and also for your reputation. So the reason that I decided on a digital product business and on consulting business, like this hybrid model that I have now, is because I have a full-time job. B, I like to work remotely, and I hate like drop shipping, and also I don't like e-commerce where I own the stuff and it's in my house. I did try that. I had a company called Weekend Eternal where I sold rings and I sold sunglasses, and it was way too hard for me, and I didn't like that. Also, I'm an expert, right? I've been in marketing for 25 years. So it's really easy for me to do marketing consulting because I've done it in the past. And it's really easy for me to teach marketing frameworks and strategies because that's all I do. So for me, this was just an easy way to take all my 25 years of experience and package this into something. And I like the hybrid too because some people like courses, some people like consulting. However, if you're just starting out, do one thing. It is much, much easier. I've been doing this for a long time, so don't do what I did. Look at it from a total beginner's mind, where you have one customer, you have one offer, and you have one solution. It is going to be so much easier for you to talk about that and to sell it over and over again. And then you're going to get known for this. And then once you have made enough money, whatever your goal is, that's when you start adding things to it. For me, it was very apparent. People were very interested in my website brand AI course that immediately I'm like, I don't have an upsell. I need to have something to get people to stay connected with me. So that's why I ended up doing the one-on-one consulting with those people. Because if I did nothing, right, they would have just gone away. But if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of customers yet, then you don't need that. But once they start coming in, then come up with your next offer that you have. So you can upsell and you can cross sell. So what's the downside in digital products? So the downside really is copycats, right? I did this business 6 years ago and I had somebody copy and paste my entire course, the entire thing, and they sold it. And I could go after them with lawyers and pay a lot of money, and I decided not to. The other downside is with AI slop, people are doing courses left and right, and so they're not really unique and they don't have anything in there. So now it's harder for us that do have unique things and for us that really have the experience to sell because people don't trust the AI slop that they're getting. And so you're probably going to have to do some one-on-ones, talk to people and have them get access to you. But to me, that's actually an upside. But for you, it might be a downside. But I love talking to people and helping them out. So what's next for me? Well, right now I am growing my YouTube channel. So that is what I am trying to do. In the past, when I had this business 6 years ago, I did most of my selling on Facebook because I was taking a lot of courses and I was in all these groups that people needed marketing help. And they just kept coming to me and I kept answering for free. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to sell this. I really like YouTube. Personally, I watch way too much stuff on YouTube. And so I decided let's do a YouTube channel. And that way people get to know me too. So they understand like what I'm like, how I talk. Like I'm from Germany, I have an accent and I sometimes am very direct and sometimes I can be silly. So if you don't like that, you're not going to A, watch my YouTube channel and B, you're not going to buy from me. But if you do like that and if you do resonate with me, then you understand like, hey, she knows her stuff and she's going to help me and she's going to be my cheerleader and be my corner. And then you're most likely to buy from me. And so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm spending most of my time on YouTube right now, list building, which is the number one thing I teach to everybody. And I tell all my clients, you have to list build. The bigger your list, the more clients and the more money you're going to make. So to wrap this up, the first 3 months of my digital product business, which for me started with just one course, then turned into courses and consulting and a consulting membership. I got clients immediately. There wasn't a long on-ramp at all. I would say like about a month, there was a little bit of an on-ramp and then I was selling already. So I highly, highly recommend it. This is not a get-rich scheme where all of a sudden you're going to go from $3,000 the first month to $6,000 the second, and then all of a sudden you make $6,000 every month, or you make $10,000 and you make six figures. You do have to scale it a little bit. There are people that make that kind of money really fast, but for most people, it takes about a year, 2 years to start making six figures, probably 3 years to be fair, for a lot of people that don't have experience. So it is a long haul, but it's perfect if you're starting out. It's perfect for a side hustle especially, and it's just a really good business to have. The big thing, you need to provide value. You don't provide value, you're not going to scale your business. All right, thanks. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you're working on, and I will see you in the next video.